Welcome back to WTF. It's a show that aims to take a deep dive into some of the acts performing across festival season 2020. In today's episode, we're looking at the iconic, the rising star that is, the wonderfully energetic Denzel Curry. He's a rapper from America. If you've never heard of him before, hopefully this video will help answer the question, who the f*** is Denzel Curry?
I am the one, the way your son don't need a gun to get respect up on the street. Under the sun, the bastard son will pop the clock to feed himself and family.
Denzel Ray Don Curry, also known as just simply Denzel Curry, is from Carroll City, Florida, United States of America. Genre-wise, he's described as hip-hop, trap, hardcore hip-hop, punk rap, industrial hip-hop, and mumble rap. I disagree with that last one entirely. I think he can do that whole triplet flow thing, but it ain't mumble rap. He reminds me of other rappers like Tyler, the Creator.
I'm a fucking walking paradox. No, I'm not. Threesomes with a fucking triceratops.
Earl Sweatshirt.
It's probably been 12 years since my father left me fatherless.
Anyone from the Odd Future crew.
This is my electronic press kit. I heard some fresh shit.
Wu-Tang.
I grew up on the crime side, the New York Times side.
RTJ, Run the Jewels.
Fashion slave, you protested to get in a fucking lookbook.
ASAP Rocky.
They call me FLACKO and don't play no about my place.
Elements of Kendrick Lamar.
I'm the biggest hypocrite in 2015.
I don't think like his sound is similar to Kendrick Lamar, but I think there's like a political driven message that seems comparable. I don't know. He started rapping when he was 10 years old in the 6th grade, releasing his first mixtape in 2011 entitled King Remembered Underground Tapes 1991 to 1995. He followed this up in 2012 with his second mixtape entitled King of Mischievous South Volume 1 Underground Tape 1996. This would catch the attention of Earl Sweatshirt and other members of the Odd Future crew. He released his third mixtape and second mixtape of 2012 entitled Strictly For My Riders, his RVIDXRZ. I'm pretty sure that means riders. After the death of Trayvon Martin, of whom he went to high school with, he would go on to inspire the mixtape. Trayvon Martin was brutally murdered by a community support officer, a community watch coordinator, George Zimmerman, in 2012. It's a huge story of people taking the law into their own hands incorrectly. It sparked protests across America. I was in America in 2012 when it was going on. It was literally everywhere. Martin would also go on to be referenced in the 2015 track Black of the Berry by Kendrick Lamar. I highly recommend going and checking that out and reading up about it if you don't know about it. It's an interesting story. He would go on to release his debut album Nostalgic 64 in 2013. This would include the records Threats.
Nigga claim be the set. We don't take kindly to threats, nigga. We don't take kindly to threats.
And Zone 3.
Bitch, I'm from that zone 3, zone 3, zone 3, zone 3, zone 3.
In 2015, he went on to release the incredible record Ultimate.
I am the one, the way your son don't need a gun to get respect up on the street.
Taken from his double EP, 32 Zell / Planet Shrooms. I think those are the two EPs. The track would later go on to be remixed by GCJ and is still an absolute banger. Oh, and the record went on to achieve gold status in the US. 2016 was a big year for Curry. First off, he collaborated with the grime legend that is AJ Tracey. In 2016, by the way, he's a pretty new artist 4 years ago. And the rap legend that is Rick Ross on the track Naughty Head.
Now pink tees get a chest though.
ULT for life and I'm gon' rep it till the death of me. My physical and spiritual is never sold separately.
I have been obsessed with this record for the last few days. It is brilliant. It's so good. I didn't think back then that you had much of a collaboration between American artists and UK artists. I know Drake was doing a little thing with Skepta. I didn't realise that someone had brought AJ Tracey and Rick Ross together. That's a big move. This was taken from his second album, Imperial, which also came out in 2016. This included records The Life and Zenith, featuring rap legend Joey Badass.
Catch me on the Zenith, that's the only time you'll see him. Televised, paralyzed, thoughts of paraplegic.
But the big thing was that he featured on the XXL Freshman Class cover of 2016. This is the biggest thing for up-and-coming rappers in America. And the UK, actually. Stefflon Don was there in 2018, is that right? Yeah, 2018. Other 2016 artists included Kodak Black, 21 Savage, Lil Uzi Vert, Lil Yachty, Designer, Lil Dicky, and Anderson .Paak. So a big year. He would also go on to feature on the Freshman Cypher for XXL. It's like not like a clash, but it's like a live collaboration video. Whether they freestyle or not, I'm not quite sure. That would also feature Kodak Black, 21 Savage, Lil Uzi Vert, and Lil Yachty, and Denzel Curry. Denzel was the only one that made any sense to me. I think the rest of them are dreadful. In 2017, he returned the favour for AJ Tracey and featured on the Bag EP, which was his big EP that kind of sold AJ Tracey, on the track Alakazam featuring JME. Also in 2017, he released his own EP entitled 13 after a series of cryptic posts on social media. This would include the track Zeltron 6 Billion.
Welcome to the cellar. Propelled into a realm, so then you meet me at the helm like Dale, so you can know that I'm funky as ever.
Which would go on to become a bit of an alter ego of his. He would take that alter ego live with Red Bull in 2018 when he would battle Clash Flatbush Zombies inside of a wrestling ring. I highly recommend going and watching the video about that. It looks insane. You can check that out on the Genius channel, I think. I just search like Denzel Curry wrestling ring and it'll come up. Prior to this, he released his third studio album, Taboo. It was at this point that I came across him when he featured on Annie Mac's show with the track Black Balloons featuring 12 Len and Goldlink. Goldlink is one of the most underrated rappers. I cannot wait for him to blow up and become a bigger thing over here. He's brilliant. I love that Black Balloons record. I think it's absolutely great. I really do. I think it's a wonderful, wonderful song. Fun fact, Billie Eilish gets a writing credit for the track Sirens. This would make sense. They ended up going on tour last year. He would support her on the North American, Canadian and Australian leg of his tour, of her tour. And in February last year, whilst in Australia, he would go on the radio station Triple J. We've talked about Triple J a lot on this channel. And he would feature on the legendary segment that is Like a Version. Like a Version is a little bit like the Live Lounge is for Radio 1. Someone goes in and covers, they do live versions of their own songs and then they do a cover. Previous famous Like a Versions include the DMAs covering Cher's Believe, the Arctic Monkeys covering Tame Impala's Feels Like We Only Go Backwards, and Haim's cover of Shania Twain's That Don't Impress Me Much. Also amazing. Denzel, he covered Bulls on Parade by Rage Against the Machine. This was before Rage Against the Machine was a hot topic again. This was before they were announced for Coachella. This was before they were announced for Reading. And it was met with critical acclaim. He brings all of Zach De La Rocha's rage and adds more to it. I didn't think that was possible. It is absolutely brilliant and worth checking out. It also shows that he's a diverse artist that isn't just stuck on making hip-hop. He has so much punk in him and aggression in him that it's not all about the glitz and the glam. It's about getting the creative energy out, and I love that about him. That record even made it to number 6 on Triple J's Hottest 100 last year. That's how big it was. It was the 6th coolest track that the Triple J listeners voted for last year. In May 2019, he released his first record since Taboo entitled Ricky.
My daddy said trust no man but your brothers and never leave your day ones in the gutter.
Which is a big old bouncy record. It's about his father, I believe. I think Ricky is his dad. And was the newest single taken from his third album, Zoo. That's Z-U-U. Towards the end of 2019, he collaborated with fellow Reading and Leeds artist Slow Tie on the record Psycho.
Look at the way I walk, look at the way I talk. Where is the pepper? Cause niggas be throwing with salt. Now that I got the sauce, I'm about all the way.
A record that is, if they were individually recorded for each artist, would make complete sense because it kind of fits for them. There's a bit of a clash and it's kind of uncomfortable and a bit scary. It works in a way which I didn't think I liked. We've actually covered this record before on this channel, but I think that it's a really, really cool record. Very, very different, and the meeting of those two styles works really well for me. He would also go and collaborate with Glass Animals on the record Tokyo Drifting.
What is everybody talking about when they want to live fast, but I'd rather walk it out?
A feature that works really, really well, and a record that is an absolute belter. Why have Glass Animals not been announced for Reading? And this year he's released 2 EPs. The first was called Blood In, Blood Out, which would also feature last year's Pit headliner Ghost Main. Insert that gig here. And the Unlocked EP, which is a collaborator with legendary producer Kenny Beats. There's also a really cool animated short video that you can check out that he's done alongside this. It's really cool. It's about, I don't know, 20 minutes. You can, if you're bored this afternoon on Sunday, go and check it out. His most popular record is the rap cypher from 2016, which has over 150 million hits on YouTube. However, his most popular record is Ultimate, across multiple channels has accumulated 123 million hits. It's not actually uploaded to his own channel. This is his first time playing Reading and Leeds. He's headlining the One Extra stage on the Friday at Reading, Saturday at Leeds. So he's clashing with Sam Fender and Stormzy. There's been a lot of conversation on this channel and on Reddit and on Facebook and all the others about how bad of a booking that is. I couldn't agree more. What's that about? You're taking someone that's as big as Denzel Curry and you're putting him on the One Extra stage. It's a tiny stage. Tiny stage. 123 million hits. It's a tiny stage. He should be on the main stage. I'm not saying he should be headlining. Like he should be where Lewis Capaldi is, in my opinion. He should be about there. Somewhere on the main stage would be amazing. Or really high up on the Radio 1, if not headlining Radio 1. Denzel Curry's doing the One Extra stage and Rex Orange County's doing the Radio 1 stage. I know who's going to have more of a pull. Anyway, that's my opinions. I think that's the shared opinion of a lot of people. I really think that he has been badly booked here. But I really do want to check him out. I really do. I want to check him out. So on the like to see scale, we're going to go for a thumbs up. He is clashing with Sam Fender, who I think I'm going to be watching. And I do really want to see Stormzy as well. I think that's going to be a really good gig. But sometimes they close the stage early, especially if there's like a hip-hop headliner, which there is in Stormzy. So it may be that he's kind of just before, or like they close it at like 7 o'clock. I don't know, we'll see. What do you think? Are you a fan of Denzel Curry? Have you discovered him before? If hip-hop's not your thing, but you like nu metal, then I think Denzel is right up your street. If you don't like mumble rap, but you like proper hip-hop, I think you should be checking out Denzel Curry. If you are partial to hip-hop and you don't know who Denzel Curry is, I would go check him out. I think he's brilliant. I think he covers a lot of bases, and he's very, very deserving of that Reading spot. I just think it should be a lot higher up. I really do. We had Jerry Cinnamon on the main stage, but Denzel Curry in the fucking tent. Really? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. I love having the conversation. It's always an interesting one. There's a lot of people that are excited about seeing Denzel at Reading, and I'm sure this video is going to be a pretty popular one. I'd love to know your thoughts. Let me know in the comment section below as always, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers. Bye.